to show you how to create beautiful sounding chords like the ones I just played. And honestly, you don't really need a lot. Most of the time, I actually change a chord shape before I even know what I'm actually playing. So first you start by changing a chord and then you analyze what you play. Of course, if you come up with something that you like. Now this is a pretty interesting chord, right? So we are in the key of D minor, and there are a bunch of chords that we can play in this key. Definitely a D minor chord, but also a B flat major chord, as well as a C major chord, and if you want, an A minor chord or an A major chord, A7 will work great, and then D minor. So we really have kind of a handful of chords that work really well in this key. And honestly, this is pretty good already. I mean, when I started, I would have give everything to be able to play something like this. It's a beautiful chord progression, but we can add more color to the chords. So for example, we can change the top note. And again, let's start simple. Let's just get rid of the fret 1 for the D minor. So we have D minor and D sus2. And these are chords that you can discover by literally just changing something within the chord. Maybe you might start with this finger and it just doesn't sound that great. Maybe you get rid of this. Doesn't sound that great, but when you get rid of the index finger, you're onto something. Now for the B flat major, instead of playing this difficult bar chord, I just make it easier and I just play a B flat triad. So it's this one with 3, 3 and 1, but with the D on the bass. Now this is called a slash chord because it's a B flat major with a D on the bass. So the slash chord is basically a chord with a different bass note, different from its root note basically. So now we have I like to break down this arpeggio into 8 notes. So we have thumb and ring, middle, index, ring, middle, index, ring, and middle. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And of course it works great even when we change the note. Now let's give it a structure. For example, this short idea could be a beautiful intro. So for the verse, we're gonna add even more notes to the chords. So we have so if I can get rid of one note, in this case, from this to this, then I can also add one note to the chord. In this case, I'm playing the first string fret number 3. So I can create this lovely line within the chord. D minor, D sus2, D sus4, and D minor. I'm gonna do the same thing with the B flat, right? B flat, B flat sharp 4, B flat 6, and B flat. Of course, we keep the D on the bass, so this is still a slash chord. We can also add more chords to the chord progression. So for example, a C major chord. Now we can play the C major like this. We played as a finger picking chord. So I'm playing 5th string, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. And also an A7. So for the C major, we have this. And again, we change the voicing of this chord. So C major with the G on top, so fret 3. I would do the same thing for the A7, A7, A7 with G on top. So now with the arpeggio, So the arpeggio is the same. We are emphasizing the first string, so make this melody louder. And be careful with the A7. I know that it looks kind of a weird chord shape, but I'm thinking, the A7 played like this. So I'm literally just playing it without the fourth string, so I have 0, 2, and 0. And then I add the first string fret number 3. If you want, you can play like this. And we finish with this melody. So it's on the second string, fret 2 and 3. And then first open, 1 and 3. Nice and beautiful idea. Now we can add more. For example, we could add a simple melody to the chord progression. So we can play it like this. Now, of course, in this case, we have to give up on something because we need the space to add the melody. And so the arpeggio is shorter. We only do one round and then a simple strum on the D minor chord. And then a melody. We are in the key of D minor, so we're using the D minor scale. It's just a few notes. On the first string, we have 5, 3, 1, 0, and 3 on the second string. Let's do the same thing for the B flat over D. Now C major, and if you want you can end this phrase with the pinky and play a C major chord. With the strumming here we have to add the fourth string fret number 2, and the melody is on first string fret number 6. So it's 6, 5, 3, 1, and 0. Now we go back to the B flat major chord. And in this case I play a B flat major with the B flat on the bass. So it's 1, 3, 3, and 1. And A7, just with a simple strum. 0, 2, 0, 2, and 0. And then a melody. Second string, fret number 2, 3, 0, 1, and 3. Now with the next section, we switch things up and we play something different. A different chord progression. B flat major, C major, and F major, C, and D minor. But we're gonna play it with triads. So we have So memorize the triads first. B flat major, C major, F major, C major, and D minor. Then we do it again. B flat major. You can either play the B flat like this or with the third and fourth finger if you want to stretch less. C major, F major, C, D minor, C major, and then second string for number 3, we have a phrase in thirds. First and second string, we have 3 and 1, 5 and 3, and 6 and 5. Back, back. Now we finish with the fret 5 on the first string, and a beautiful A major with 0, 2, 2, 2, and 5. So you can practice the chords with just the triads, but you can also add a simple melody and a simple arpeggio. So you strum the chord and then a melody. which is played within the chord, starts on the second string, fret number 3, and then first string 1, 3, 5, and 1. Now memorize the structure because it's going to be the same for the next chord. So C major, same phrase. It's 5, 3, 5, 6, and 3. Now be careful here. Beautiful progression, F major with the arpeggio. It's like first string, third, second, and first string. Now same thing for the C major and D minor. Now for the D minor we have first string, third string, second string, first open, fret 1, second string. Now for the D minor we have first string, third, second, first string open, fret number 1, open again, second string, and third string. Now back to the B flat. Now all the way to D minor, then after that we don't play the melody, we play the C major, C major, and the phrase. We can finish with the same D minor. So this is how you go from playing a basic chord progression to a beautiful sounding idea. Now take it step by step. You can get inspired and learn this chord progression as it is, and then come up with your own ideas in the key of D minor. Take it step by step though. Enjoy this lesson, and I'll see you next time.